Hi everyone, welcome back to our second week, day 8. I hope that you feel a little bit more refreshed and relaxed after our calming practices this weekend. If you want to add the restorative class or the breathing session to any of these other classes, you're more than welcome to make that combination through the rest of this week. So let's begin with settling in for our practice today. We're going to repeat some of the things that we did on the active class on day 5. So I would like for you to keep a set of blocks available, or again, you could have your fingertips down to the ground. That is a little bit more advanced, however, or have a pair of study blocks available. So closing your eyes, bringing your hands in front of your heart to once more connect to this beautiful grounding intention for this VATA balancing program. And feel as you're settling in here and connecting to your intention, we already start the process of growing our roots a little bit deeper into the earth. We are becoming more open to establish this grounding, earthy connection into our being. Now, once you have connected to that intention at the heart space, lower down your hands, thumb and index finger connecting this mudra for concentration, and begin to deepen the breath. As you connect to the ujjayi breathing, maybe this is the first time today that you really use the full capacity of your lungs. If you do this practice in the morning hours, as we deepen the breath, we can really help to refresh and awaken the body, letting go of any stagnant energy, any sluggish energy. Allow yourself to observe, just meditating on this beautiful sound, the ocean sound of our breathing. Inviting a little pause at the top of the inhale, at the bottom of the exhale. And recognizing the 4 different parts of the breath. Take another breath here. And let's slowly tilt the head forward. Open up your eyes. Come up from your seat. Fold your blanket. And sitting on the edge of that blanket, you can change the crossing of your feet. And now from here, let's sweep the arms high up overhead, inhaling. With our exhalation, just lower your hands right in front of the heart space. Inhale, sweep the arms up again. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. One more time, breathe in. Now with your exhalation, see if you can fold from the hips and drop the hands in front of you. It can be closer to your body or a little bit further away, as I'm showing right now. Take another inhalation here and find some length through the spine. With your exhalation, just in a wave-like motion, release and see if you can fold a little deeper. And then inhale, again lifting and lengthening through the crown. With the exhalation, slowly release and fold forward. Inhale, again lift and lengthen through the spine. And with the exhalation, fold. Holding here in the forward fold now, see if you can drop a little bit into the crown of the head, just feeling a nice stretch moving into the upper back and into the neck. Good, and now walk your hands towards the right side. Reaching here actively through the arms. Then breathe into the left side of your body. Good, take another deep breath here. And then slowly just come through center. Walk those hands over towards the other side. Reaching through the arms. And now breathe into the right side of your body. Take 2 more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, come back to center. See if you now can move over onto your hands and knees. Make some space, taking your blanket to the side. And then from here, let's breathe, curving our spine. With our exhalation, rounding the back. So we get started a little gentle here. Just inhale lightly, creating that curve of the spine. And with the out breath, gently rounding the back. Inhale, so you can gradually drop the belly a little more, lift the chest a little more. Exhale and round in your spine. One more time here, inhaling. And with your exhalation, just sit back now. All the way towards the heels. You can take the knees a little bit wider apart. Relax the forehead down to the ground. Take a pillow there. And let's arrive here, just nice and rooted. Bring your full attention to the breathing, recognizing the 4 different parts of the breath here. Feel that your mind is becoming more and more present with each and every breath. Surrendering more and more into this experience. Notice how we can guide this process, how we can invite the stability on our mat, and therefore affecting the movement of Vata, this excess movement. Calming down this internal wind. Taking the pillow to the side now. And see if you can reach a little bit more through the arms. Looking forward. And then lifting yourself all the way up. Take your knees a little bit closer together. Then continue to shift your hips forward. Inhale here. With your exhalation, bending into those arms and slowly release and lower down to the ground. Reach back through the toes, lifting the knees slightly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, softly release and lower. Inhale, again just a slight lift up, engaging the back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. And see if you can hold a little bit longer now. Make sure that this back bend isn't too deep, just a slight squeeze at the low back. Lift the legs from the ground, lift your hands up and away from the mat. Engaging your whole body, taking another deep breath in. Exhale, slowly release down. Good. From here, push yourself all the way up and back. Come into a downward dog. After those back bends, just stretch out your spine out. Root into your hands and feel that beautiful lengthening up and back. You can pedal out your feet if that feels good. You're also welcome to just stay still and simply bend a little bit into the knees. It's your practice. So again, whatever feels good for you right now. From your downward dog, let's begin with just walking to the front. Coming all the way towards our hands. And as we arrive here, slightly bend the knees. Grab a hold of the elbows. Sway it out. Go from right to left. Now from here, relax your hands down. You're gonna bend the right leg, either just rooting the fingertips down to the ground, or you could use a block, pressing your palm on top of that block. And then float the left arm up, and then keep your gaze nice and grounded, so you can look to the side, or you can even look down, but still breathing into the rotation through the chest, through the upper body. Also feeling the compression at the belly. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly release the left hand down. See if you can bend the left leg now. If you're using a block, move it across with the right arm up. Looking either to the side or even slightly downwards, and then breathe into the chest. Breathe into the belly, feeling that compression there. One more inhale. With your exhale, lower. Good. Move the blocks to the side for now. Slightly bend the knees. Roll yourself slowly up to standing. Arriving here, take an inhale and sweep the arms up. Exhale, lower the hands in front of the heart. Let's repeat that inhale, sweep the arms to the sides and up. Exhale and lower. With our next inhalation, we're going to prepare to fold. And then exhale, slightly bend the knees here. Release forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Gaze slightly forward. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Inhale, nice and steady here in plank pose. Exhale, knees, and then the upper body. Reach back through the toes. Inhale, cobra, so maybe a little higher lift. Exhale, lower the chest softly down. Press back, come into child's pose. Either the arms forward or the arms back. You could use a pillow or not. Just take a moment to settle in and feel a deep connection to the breath. Observe the 4 different parts of the breathing. And as you do, Notice how we can bring a little bit more stability into the body and into the mind. One more deep breath in. And with your out breath, reach the arms forward. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Feel that rooted connection into your hands before lifting up here. To your hands and knees, tuck the toes in, rise up, downward dog. From your downward facing dog, take an inhalation. Exhale, peek forward through the hands, stepping to the front. So also here you can roll a little bit onto the fingertips as you do. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands right in front of the heart. And then inhale, sweep the arms back up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take your blocks now underneath the shoulders. Step back with the left foot. Create that nice positioning for warrior one. Push firmly into the feet. Float the arms up. Hips facing forward. Pushing nice and steadily into those feet. Draw the ribs in. Draw the tailbone in. Now take a deep breath in. Exhale out. With your next inhalation, extend the right leg. With your exhale, fold from the hips forward and down, placing your hands onto the block. Good. Now place those blocks a little bit further back if needed, and then inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Now today we're going to try to stay a little bit lower over the legs, so either hands here on the blocks or maybe even the fingertips to the ground. Stay with the breath, breathing in. And with every exhalation, maybe you go a little bit deeper. Keep the hips nice and squared here. Inhale. And exhale. Breathing in. Exhale out. Mindful that you're not overdoing it now. All right, we're gonna lift halfway up, lengthening through the spine. Now we're gonna use one of our blocks here, placing the left one along the inside of the foot. Root the left hand down onto that block or fingertips to the ground, and place the right hand onto the waist. We're going to slowly rotate the chest open to the side. It's important here that we not turn the hips out, but hug the right hip in, and then slowly, slowly twist your chest open. So we're going to feel a nice rotation happening through the spine. Again, creating that beautiful compression of the organs. And we're going to float the right arm up. If that feels too much for the shoulder, keep your hand at the waist, and I want you to just look straight to the side now. And then take one more inhale, breathing into the center of our body. With our exhalation, look down towards the ground. Take your hands onto the block, and now bend a little bit deeper into that right leg. Wiggle the left foot further back. And then see if you can place a blanket underneath the left knee. That's optional, of course. Drop that down and untuck your toes. Let's toe heel the right foot further to the side. So I want you to grab a hold of those blocks again and place that right underneath your hands. Could also be on a higher level or on a lower level. We're going to inhale and shift your hips forward. Lift through the chest. With your exhalation, push into the blocks. See if you now can roll onto the heels, lift the toes, and fold. With your inhale, shift forward, so moving nicely with the breath. With our exhalation, roll onto the heel and fold. Inhale. Try to explore this wave-like motion here through your body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, shift to the front. Hold here. Either just rest your hands on the blocks down to the ground, or you could stack them. Lower down the left forearm, optionally the right. You could also use a pillow as we did earlier on in the practice. And now find some length here through the spine, reaching through the crown of the head forward, back through the tailbone. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale out. Good. Now place your hands back underneath the shoulders. Take those blocks to the side for now. And then push yourself gently back. Pulling that right knee next to the left. Make some space here. And just sway your hips a little bit from side to side. So you have created quite a deep opening now for the right leg, especially into the hamstring. So just allow that area to soften for a moment. Sitting back towards your heels and relaxing here in child's pose. Again, feel free to practice any variation that feels right. Take another breath here. And then from child's pose, transition back up onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes in, lifting up, downward facing dog. From your downward dog, inhale, shift forward, plank pose, shovel the toes a little bit back. Exhale, either use your knees or shift to the top of the toes, bend into the arms, and lower down to the ground. Reach back through those toes, inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower the chest down, tuck the toes in, slowly press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take a deep breath in. Exhale, peek forward through the hands, stepping to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sides, come all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart space. Good, so we're going to repeat the sequence on the other side, taking a nice deep breath in here, arms floating up. Exhale, folding forward over those legs. And then inhale, halfway lift, either fingers down or hands to the legs. Exhale, grab a hold of your blocks, step back with the right foot. Check the alignment there, heel to heel or even slightly wider. Push actively down into the feet, rise up, warrior one. So we want to be able to create that rotation forward nicely into the hips, sinking a little deeper into the left leg, draw the ribs in. Keep the gaze nice and soft forward. Plug the shoulders back even though you are lifting and reaching through the arms. Good, now with your next inhalation, let's lift and lengthen through that left leg. With your exhale, float the arms all the way down. Make sure that the blocks are at a nice placement under the shoulders. Then inhale, lifting and lengthening through your spine. With your exhalation, see if we can fold
a little bit deeper now over that left leg. So either keep your hands on the blocks, maybe some of you want to go further. Work with the breath here, inhaling, exploring that lengthening through your spine. With your exhalation, allow the body to naturally drop a little deeper if that feels good for you. Take your time here, breathing in. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Keep in mind that you can micro bend the knee. Inhale last time. Exhale. Now from here, lift and lengthen halfway up. Using a block along the inside of the left foot. And you're going to place your hand on top of that block, or optionally hand down to the ground. Bring your left hand to the waist and begin now to rotate your chest open to the sides. We want to feel a nice squeeze happening here at the belly, a nice rotation through the spine. And we just look to the side, maybe even slightly down, hugging the left hip in so we're not spinning that open to the side. And now let's float the left arm up. So creating this deeper standing rotation, pushing firmly into the feet, taking one more inhale, and then with your exhalation, float that all the way down. You can use your blocks here as you bend into the left leg, sweeping the right foot a little further back, and then lower your knee to the ground. You're more than welcome to use that blanket there. Toe heel your left foot further to the side, untucking your toes, and then you can take those blocks back underneath the shoulders, optionally fingertips down to the ground here. Slightly rotating the left foot out. With our in-breath, let's shift our hips forward. With our out-breath, lift the toes up, roll onto the heel, and fold. You don't have to go all the way here, it can also be slightly bent. Inhale, shifting forward, try to flow with the breath. Exhale, and fold. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, and fold. Good, and now inhale, shift to the front. You can explore to go a little further or just staying up to your hands. Right forearm could be a nice option. Both forearms are always a little bit deeper, so again, just explore what feels right for you today on your mat. Explore if you can reach a little more forward through the crown of the head. Really tuning in with those deep breaths. Continue to practice this present awareness. And now let's come back up on our hands. We will bring the blocks completely to the side now. Pushing into your hands, sweep that left knee back. Come to your hands and knees here. Sway it out a little bit from side to side. Good. Come to child's pose for a moment, just fully releasing, fully letting go. Relaxing into those legs. Taking a few deep breaths here, allowing yourself to simply observe now the effects. Good, and then from here, slowly come all the way up to seated. Take your hips to the side and bring those legs forward.
from here, we're going to explore some hip openers called deer pose. So starting with our left knee to the front, see if you can lean a little bit towards the left side and just bending both legs in. So you want to have a straight line from the hip to the knee, and then you can have a straight line from the knee to the ankle. On the opposite side, which will look like this, so you have a straight line from the right knee down towards the toes. Now, if this feels too much in the pose, you could optionally bend those heels a little bit closer in towards you, which will be slightly milder. So let's come back to the left side and bring some pillows in front of you now. You're gonna feel that your body is naturally wanting to lean a little bit to the left. I want you to try to stay over that left leg now and just fold from here straight forward and down. What we're gonna experience as we fold forward is that we are using the weight of our body to apply a deeper pressure now along the outer track of the left leg. Now you're either going to stay here with your arms a little bit elevated. If you would like to go a little deeper, you could lower those arms down to the ground and drop your head on top of the cushion instead. And see if you now can just fully release and let go here, dropping into the outer track of the left leg and exploring this nice hip opener. Allow yourself to just relax your head on top of that pillow. Just feel yourself letting go, softening the muscles in this pose. Let's take a couple more breaths on this side. Feeling like you're breathing along the outer track of that left leg now, helping to refresh and rejuvenate this area. Good, and now from here, slowly walk those hands back, lift yourself up, coming to an upright position. And we're going to clear the space in front of us, just extending those legs, and give yourself a little shake here. Just move those knees up and down. Good. Now we're going to come to the other side, so lean to the right. Draw those feet in. And then positioning yourself in the same way, straight line from hip to knee, from knee down to the toes. You can place a pillow in front of you. And as we fold, try to stay over the right leg now. You can drop your hands on top of a prop. Maybe drop your hands or your arms down to the ground. You could use some blocks or even some books at home now to support yourself and drop your arms on top of that. So be creative, explore with whatever you have available at home. Maybe you go a little bit deeper if that feels good for you. And we're really trying to establish this pressure along the outer track of the leg. Lovely pose to not only work with the muscles, but really to help open the connective tissue. Breathe into that space. Allow this to open. Taking a couple more breaths here.
and now slowly walk those hands back. Let's lift ourselves up to seated and just lean now a little bit to the right side to extend those legs forward and give yourself a nice little shake once more just to help release the pressure that we just created. Good. Now from here, we're gonna make a little roll with our blanket, or if you have a towel, just roll that up into a little sausage and then see if you can cross that over your mat. You're gonna place that where the bra strap would usually be, or really at the base of your shoulder blades. So we're gonna try to find that pressure point where we many times hold a lot of tension. And optional now is to use 2 pillows, or if you have some blocks, to help support your legs. So we're gonna begin with just lowering all the way down and see if we can really find that point where we tend to be a little bit more locked, a little more stuck at the upper back. And then we're gonna bring the soles of the feet together and opening up the legs into butterfly pose. So here, I want you to make this pose a little more restorative. Just relax your knees now onto some pillows or onto the blocks and float the arms straight to the side here, away from the shoulders. And now as you drop and release here, just feeling that we can, in a gentle way, create some more space at the upper back and around the heart. If you feel that the roll is too low for you, you can make it a little tighter, a little higher, or maybe the other way around. If it feels too high, make it a little more flat. And finding that nice balance in this pose where you can just relax and soften. And at the same time, feeling that you create a little more space. This gentle opening around the heart. Take a couple more relaxing breaths here. Still breathing ujjayi, still keeping this contraction at the throat, but allowing the breath to be slightly softer as we just relax in this pose. From here, let's lower those hands down, bring your hands to the outer thighs, and gently push the knees together. Take the blocks away. Take your feet a little bit wider, and then you can do a few windshield wipers here. Just move your knees from right to left, and feel that you are reaching the various points here at the upper back. Moving a little more into the right side, into the left side. Good, and now take those feet a little closer together. Hip width apart. Move your feet a little further back, like you're preparing for a bridge pose. Then you're going to tuck the tailbone under and start to slowly lift your hips up until we transition into bridge pose. Now once you're here, take your arms and just slide that blanket to the side and then place your arms alongside your body, fingers reaching down towards the heels. And let's hold here for 2 more breaths in bridge pose. One more deep breath in. And with your out breath, see if you can nicely just roll down vertebra by vertebra, dropping down your back, your hips. Bring your knees into the chest. Lift your head up towards the knees here. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little hug. Just hold for a few breaths. Taking our final ujjayi breaths. And then lower the back of the head down. Reach for your blanket. And see if you can open that up now. And just place that nicely over your body. If you'd like the pillow as well, relaxing your arms here to the side. Allowing yourself to be nice and heavy. Dropping more and more. As if you're sinking a centimeter deeper into the ground. And then move the fingers and the toes gently. Feel free to create a little nice stretch. And as you move your body, just remind yourself that it's always nice to keep the eyes closed a little bit longer to slowly awaken. And then roll over to the right side, bringing the arm underneath you, resting your head on top of the arm, bending the knees, and then lifting yourself up.
Hands in front of the heart space. And let's bow down deeply over the heart to our efforts, to this practice. Namaste. I'm so happy that you're here and that you tuned in for another lovely Vata balancing practice. I wish you a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 9.